The moment economic stability gets shaky, the currency takes the biggest hit. Some assets become more important than ever. The only thing that can save you during tough times is a practical approach. The more prepared you are, the better the chances you won't get caught flat-footed. Consider it all from pantry goods to global currency moves. To make it simpler, we bring you some of the best ways to save yourself when the dollar collapses. Let's go. Foreign currency holdings. Not all paper money is equally wobbly. The Swiss franc and Japanese yen are like the designated drivers of the global currency crowd that stay steady, disciplined, and usually not the first to panic. Having some savings parked in their camp means you're less likely to feel every jolt from a teetering dollar. Gold and precious metals. Gold's role during currency crises hasn't changed. It's scarce, globally recognized, and independent of any single economy. Silver, platinum, and palladium offer similar protections, with added industrial demand. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin can be moody, but it isn't tied to central banks or political promises, which is exactly the appeal when those things start degrading. Dealing with Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies may not be for the faint-hearted, but it has become a conversation worth having for anyone wondering where to invest money that doesn't rely on a press machine. Income-generating real estate owning property that people live in tends to stay relevant, especially if rent prices adjust with inflation. A decent rental property can keep paying even when the market looks woozy, unlike stocks that tank on headlines. Dividend-paying equities. Dividend-paying stocks from boring but necessary companies tend to do all right when things get weird. The checks don't always beat inflation, but they add up, and the companies often survive the storm. Short-term bonds for stability. Short-term U.S. Treasury securities remain a relatively safe place to place your capital during times of uncertainty. When everything else feels unstable, short-term government paper is like the financial version of holding your breath and walking slowly. Foreign stock investments. If your entire portfolio speaks only English and eats fast food, you might be overexposed. Foreign stocks, especially those earning revenue in other currencies, offer a way to hedge your bets. Global giants often have customers far beyond any one country's currency woes. Tradable everyday items. When the traditional currency weakens or supply chains falter, everyday goods like soap, alcohol, and canned food can gain new value. These items serve both personal needs and bartering purposes. In disrupted systems, being able to trade necessities for other goods or services becomes a practical lifeline. Stored food and clean water rice, beans, oats, and drinking water matter more than apps when things go sideways. Building a reserve of non-perishable food, water filters, and storage containers provides flexibility when markets are unstable or goods become scarce. These basics don't just help you, they reduce dependence on strained systems. Skills that support independence. Knowing how to stitch a jacket, grow carrots, or fix a leaky pipe becomes real value when convenience fades. You can't swipe your way through a power outage, and those who can patch a roof or treat a minor cut tend to stay in demand. They also sleep better. Manual tools for repairs. Owning hand tools like wrenches, saws, and pliers gives you more control when professional services are unavailable or unaffordable. These tools also support barter trades and reduce long-term dependence on external systems. Alternative energy solutions. Solar chargers, battery storage, or off-grid energy setups offer protection against outages or fuel shortages. These setups can help power communication devices, lighting, or small appliances. They help maintain daily functionality when centralized services experience interruptions. Durable clothing and footwear. A single pair of waterproof boots that lasts 5 years beats 10 pairs of trendy sneakers that fall apart in a season. Clothes that layer well, wash easily, and stay functional in rough weather. Stretch your options when shopping becomes harder or budgets shrink. Seeds and garden tools. Starting a garden with non-GMO heirloom seeds builds food security. With simple tools, even small-scale growing reduces reliance on stores and inflation-prone food prices. Fresh produce also becomes valuable in trade when processed goods are limited or unaffordable. Whole life insurance with cash access. Some investors use whole life insurance policies structured for cash growth as a form of private banking. These policies grow in value over time and allow policyholders to borrow against the cash value. In economic downturns, internal loan access can be a stable source of liquidity outside traditional banks.